Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rosina Canizero, and I'm the Executive Director of the Vermont Youth Organization. It's great to see all of you today. I have just a few announcements before we get started. The first, I'd like to remind parents where you can meet your students at the end of the concert. There are various meetup spots. After the concert, students and families of VYS should gather near the stage in the Flynn Auditorium on the cello side of the room. So over on that end, VYS should meet their parents. Sinfonia and VYCC families should gather near the back of the auditorium on the cello side, so in the back left over there or your back right. And then VYP and the VYOC and VYO families should gather in the snack bar area out in the lobby. Just a reminder also, please do not take any flash photography while our students and ensembles are performing. You're welcome to take flash photography during the applause, but please not when they're performing. Also, no video recording at all during the concert. We have RETN here this afternoon, and we'll have a beautiful DVD available in coming weeks. Also, as we look at the second half of the program, percussion ensemble will not be able to perform due to the weather. Students were unable to rehearse before the beginning of the rehearsal today. So second half of the concert will start with Philharmonia. And then you'll see inside your program an insert, and I'm thrilled to announce that we are part of a collaboration with Burlington Chamber Orchestra, Lake Champlain Chamber Music Festival, and VSO Chorus for our January 26th concert. That week preceding our concert, we're part of a classical celebration of community, and it's a beautiful lead-in since this is the VYOA's 50th anniversary season. We're thrilled to celebrate this week with other VYO alumni. So there are alumni in Burlington Chamber Orchestra, Lake Champlain Chamber Music Festival, as well as the VSO, and they have an important anniversary as well the evening before. And as always, our concerts are not possible with the important support from our corporate sponsors. Today's concert sponsor, a very special thank you, goes to all of the Board of Directors, the VYOA Board of Directors, and thank you very much because they're our concert sponsor today. And then finally, a thank you to our season sponsors, Champlain Orthodontics, Physicians Computer Company, our media sponsor, WCAX, and a very special thank you to RETN, our media partner. As you can see, they are here throughout the auditorium today, and they're recording today's concert. Finally, if you would just take a moment to make sure that your cell phones, and for anyone who may remember what a beeper is, please make sure that they're turned off so not to interrupt the program. Thank you and happy holidays.
Thank you very much. Our next piece is our final number, and it actually is titled, it is called Danza. And before we play it, I would just like to thank the hard work of these young students that are up here today. They've done an excellent job. I happen to consider myself a rather picky conductor, and they have endured me for the past 12 weeks or so, but I think the results have been quite remarkable for such a young age to be so focused and try to do all these fine little details exactly together. It's really quite a monumental task. So yes, we will be ending with Danza.
Fiona, and I've been playing the violin in the VYOA for 8 years. Ever since I joined the VYOA in 5th grade as a member of the Vermont Youth Strings, the Ellie Long Music Center has become my second home, a place where music never dies. I don't think you could step inside the building without hearing some kind of instrument playing, even if it is the drone of a tuning session. The memories I've had here are positive as well. Even if one of my auditions included Mr. Bronstein wearing a blinding colored shirt, eating a carrot while I played, I don't think I concentrated very well because all I did look at was his shirt. It was so bright. Most importantly, Ellie Long became a place where I could be stress-free and enjoy doing something that I loved, playing beautiful music with my friends. We're quite an interesting bunch. Thanks to the countless rehearsals, we'd hum the tunes to our pieces as we walked down Church Street, and people would look at us like we're insane. But it's not a bad thing. My friends and I also developed a term to call ourselves. We call ourselves orc dorks, and there could not be a better term to call ourselves. It may sound weird, but what can we say? We love being part of the orchestra. My conductors became a vital part of my years in the VYO as well. As guides, they help us become uniform, make the melodies flow with the harmonies, and make us sound great. Or at least that's what I think they're here for. There are times when Mr. D'Amoto has asked for the orchestra to play by ourselves, and we sound great. Like, it's unbelievable. I mean, I don't see the logic, but it's there. As for rehearsals, there was no such thing as a normal one. Of course, they're serious and focused at most times, but nobody can help accidentally playing a note when everyone's at rest, or having a C-sharp sound really bad. There will at least be a snicker within the section if that happened. Trust me, I've been a victim of a sour note, and it's not pretty. In the aggregate of things, I believe that every conductor I've had the pleasure to work with has made this organization better and better. Finally, our concert days would arrive. We're all supposed to be nervous, right? Wrong. We always have faith in our performances. Even if we make a mistake, we don't dwell on them. The relaxed atmosphere we have at the Flynn is created by the encouragement we give each other before a concert. Whether it's someone playing a solo or just one big, long piece, we always boost each other up with the good luck or break a leg. It's the little things that we did that make concerts fun and not nerve-wracking. I can only remember one bad experience here. A few of my friends and I were getting some air before the concert and got locked out of the venue right as it was about to start. I don't know if any of you guys remember this. We banged on the door repeatedly, but no one answered. Eventually, we found another way to get inside, but we were so late and had to sneak on stage. But of course, we're musicians and not devious criminals, so we didn't go unnoticed. I knew we drew attention to ourselves by the puzzled looks on the faces of some of the audience members as we scurried to our seats, and a glare from my mother in the middle row. Thanks, Mom. Eventually, it was embarrassing, but at intermission we got together to laugh it off. I think the lesson we learned here is stay in the building at all times. It still hasn't hit me that this season will be my 8th and final season with the Vermont Youth Orchestra, and the last year that I will be surrounded by the people that I call my second family, and have made my life so musically enriched. I'm so proud to be part of such a great and life-changing organization, and I've enjoyed almost every single rehearsal and concert experience here. I hope that incoming musicians can experience the special connection that I had with my fellow orchestra members and the conductors as I did, and continue spreading the joy of music and friendship. I would like to thank the VYO for allowing me to leave to college with 8 years of great music skills and memories. Thank you.
and I'm a senior from CVU and a member of the Vermont Youth Orchestra Chorus. I've been in VYOA programs since I was in 7th grade, so that's like 6 years. And looking back, it makes me realize how much I've grown through this program and all the various skills I've learned. My first memory with the VYOA was my first audition for concert chorale in the spring of my 6th grade. I'd never really had a real singing audition before, and I was so unbelievably nervous. I walked in and was promptly told to go warm up. My little 6th grade self had no clue how to warm up. I think I started doing scales on the piano because I was thinking, well, at least I can do piano warm-ups. I know how to do that. And then suddenly this big high school sophomore boy burst into the room. And I halted my playing and I just sort of sat on the piano bench gawking at him. And he came and he sat down next to me. And I sat there wide-eyed, not sure what his intention was. And he promptly says, well, shall we sing our audition pieces for each other? I was taken aback for 2 reasons. One, I'd never heard a boy use the word shall before. And 2, I really didn't want to sing in front of him, but I did. And it made me a lot less nervous, and then I had my audition, and as you can see, I got into the group. In VYOC, we had a lot of once-in-a-lifetime events that I'll remember for the rest of my life. One that sticks out was when the orchestra chorus sang the state song, These Green Mountains, at Governor Peter Shumlin's inauguration. It was such an interesting experience because I'd never sung in a room like the one in the State House. We surrounded the room and sang, and the acoustics were gorgeous, and I think that was the moment when members of the group felt that this chorus was actually very special, and that the opportunities that we had were as well. I've met a lot of great friends in this group too. I always look forward to Tuesday evenings when I could have fun with my friends while still working together to create the beautiful art that we did. The work we have done was sometimes challenging and frustrating, but we collaborated in a way that made it completely worthwhile because we were learning important skills while we were doing that hard work. Through the chorus programs, I've learned how to work well with others and how to be a leader. I had all this knowledge, and I had no idea how to put that knowledge to use in a respectful way in a group setting. Dr. Bittner gave me an outlet to learn how to do so in an appropriate manner. I've learned how to sing in different languages and how to sing in different styles, from traditional gypsy music to Mozart's Requiem, to opera pieces, to Brahms' waltzes, and even to contemporary pieces composed by a chorus member. Through these experiences, I've learned so much material and so many skills from some of the most knowledgeable educators in the area. I personally want to thank Dr. Bittner, Art DeQuasi, and all 3 accompanists we've had during my time here, Carl Recchia, Annamika Spolstra, and Mary Jane Austin. Without these people, the chorus programs would not be what they are today in any way, shape, or form. Next year, I hope to go to school for music education, to learn to do what these amazing people here do, and to bring the positive experience to my students that these educators have brought to me. Thank you.
as we have the Vermont Youth Concert Chorale come on stage to welcome you all here, and thank you for being at this wonderful celebration of everything that we do in the VYOA organization. So this is, for some of these players, this is the very first time playing in a full orchestra. For a number of them, it's their very first time playing in a theater this large. So thank you for being part of that special experience for them. So we'll continue on with Ma Bella Bimba.
Bella bimba, bella bimba, Hi, my name is Miriam. I'm a senior from Missisquoi Valley Union High School, and I've been a member of the VYOA since the 4th grade. When Art came to me about 2 weeks ago and told me I'd been selected to present a speech at OrchestraPalooza, I thought, awesome, great, I'm gonna go home and write it in an hour and it's going to be perfect. So naturally, I waited until last night to write it. But it wasn't because I was procrastinating. It was because I couldn't focus on just one thing to write about. I've been a member of the VYOA for 8 years, almost a decade. And over those 8 years, I've created a crazy amount of memories. So instead of focusing on just one thing, I thought I'd share with you some of my favorites. Let's start at the very beginning, Vermont Youth Strings with Mr. Gusakov. He wasn't always Mr. Gusakov, though. Every Halloween, he would dress up as Professor Banana Nose and make us do the craziest things, from holding our instruments on the opposite side to reading our music upside down. Next came Sinfonia, a scary place where half the students were angsty preteens and the other a pack of wild children. Anyway, one of the most amazing things about the VYOA is that you get to experience and learn from so many different conductors. And some, like Mr. Brownstein, are very spontaneous. One day, he realized there was a mistake in either the oboe player's part or his score. So, to figure out which it was, he made his way to the oboe player's stand and took his music. He then proceeded to lay it out across the floor and study it for a good 5 minutes. When he was done, he handed the music back and started on his journey back to the front of the room. Fast forward a couple of years, and I am in VYP with some of the best people in the world. One thing we all had in common wasn't just that we all loved music, we all loved our concertmaster, Gabe. One day, Gabe did as concertmasters do and got up to tune. From the back of the room, we hear, "Gabe!" And then it was so perfect. The entire orchestra breaks out in "Gabe here" and "Gabe there." From that day forth, every time Gabe stood up, at least one person would bleat his name. I guess you could say he was our shepherd and we were his sheep. This one time, at band camp, I saw Mr. Demoto eat an entire meal in 2 minutes. Reveille, that one magical week in the summer when the North Campus of St. Mike's is overrun by orchestra kids. We get to work with so many wonderful musicians and build relationships with all of the students. Now, the food might have been subpar, but everything else that happened in those 5 days definitely made up for it. I remember my first cafe night where Grady and Izzy performed Revelicious, and Joe whistled Stars and Stripes Forever from start to finish. And now for our final stop down memory lane, VYO. I think the one thing that I will always remember from being a member of the VYO is how cold the orchestra room gets. Mr. Demoto can quite literally work up a sweat when he is conducting, so it is recommended that the first chairs of every section bring umbrellas and that everyone else bring sweaters. I want to thank Mr. Demoto for sweating, because it proves to us that he is working hard. That pushes us to give the same amount of effort and therefore create beautiful music together. So basically, Mr. Demoto's sweat is the key to VYO's success. For the past 8 years, I've lived a double life, my life in Franklin County and my life at Ellie Long, with all of you. The VYOA is the reason why I get all of the classical music questions right at Scholars Bowl meets. It is the reason why the nails on my left hand are always shorter than the ones on my right. It is the reason why I can't handle terrible music puns. It is the reason why every time someone drags a chair, I can hear Emily whisper in my ear, "Have you seen the floors?" Thank you.
just a very few words here at the end of a really wonderful day. You know, this time of year, if we're lucky, we get to have our family together, and this is what it always feels like to me, to have the whole family of the organization together in one place, to look back over the year as a whole, and then the first half of our year together. And you know, I couldn't be prouder of the work that these fantastic young musicians do, and I'm so grateful to have a tremendous team of ensemble leaders in ACE and Utaka, Jeff Bittner, and Kristen Bamberger, who conducts the youth chorale, and also the coaches we have in Vermont Youth Winds, and we just have a tremendous pool of wonderful people who make it possible for these performances to take place. I also want to give a huge thank you and recognition to our operations director and operations assistant, Art DeQuasi and Mia Fritzi, who do the superhuman job of organizing and coordinating this, and they make it seem like it's easy, and I know it's not, so thank you both. So I guess the weather gods maybe wanted to make this last number seem very apropos, so this is a very good song for today.